Film reviews.
That's not what we call it.
What do we call it?
Liam and Ellie have both done things, and here are the spoiler-free reviews of the things that they have done in the past 2 weeks.
Yes.
Do we want to start with the one that we've both done?
Or do we want to end with it?
All right, let's end with it.
Cool. Who's
Liam.
going first?
Liam,
Yes.
what films have you seen? Because yours is inevitably going to be films.
I saw a Netflix documentary.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I think I've discussed it in the past. It's a documentary called Last Chance U.
Yeah, this is the NFL...
Well,
it's like, it's players that haven't made the cut because of circumstances?
Yeah, it's not quite NFL. It's college level football.
Okay.
It's players that are considered high risk. So they've either pretty much all of them are struggling with their grades, and they've usually coming from like low income backgrounds or something. They might have had like previous issues with drugs or the law or whatever. It's a college that they can go to that basically specialises in recruiting these sort of at-risk teenagers and trying to kind of give them something to focus on.
Is it literally their last chance?
If they want to have a career as a football player, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The thing is, the first 2 seasons dealt with East Mississippi College.
Okay.
This one is a different college.
Oh.
Yeah, so season 3, I don't know why they've moved to a different college, but it's a different college and a different head coach.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so the head coach this time is this interesting guy who white dude who was born and raised in LA in, I want to say Compton, but it was like a predominantly African American neighborhood.
Okay.
So his whole shtick is that he kind of describes himself as being able to like blend between the races. Like he can talk on like these kids' levels. He reckons.
Yeah.
Which basically just means he swears a lot.
Got you, right. He sounds like that teacher from like any 90s sitcom who's trying to be cool with the kids.
Yeah. It was a real interesting season because the kind of like leader of the team should be the quarterback, right?
Yeah, traditionally it is.
Yeah, he's the one that should be setting examples and stuff. And the quarterback this time around is this guy called Malik Henry. And he's described throughout the show, and he is like an amazing quarterback. But he knows it. And he has like zero interest in being like a team player, really. He just wants to get out there, win, and just call it a day, and that's it. He doesn't really like playing football, is the problem.
Right.
But he's really talented at it.
I mean, so the issues with that are the quarterback. The reason the quarterback usually leads the team is because he does literally lead the team. Like the quarterback makes the calls. Like he gets told by the offensive coach, like, here's the play you're making.
Yeah.
But it's then his job to relay it to the team, make sure everyone's on the same page.
Yes.
You know, even make snap decisions when it turns out that play was like the wrong play. The quarterback's the one that then has to like adapt it.
Yeah.
So if he's not a team player,
exactly,
it sounds like he's a shit quarterback.
There's like, I think a scene in the first episode where he is arguing with the head coach over the play that the head coach is calling for.
Yeah.
He then basically goes back to the team, makes his own call, and scores a touchdown, and then gets really cocky about it.
Yeah.
And so the season is kind of like this weird conflict between the head coach and the quarterback, and none of the team seem to particularly like either of them, because the head coach, in being this like, oh, I can talk to anyone sort of thing, doesn't really command a lot of respect, because he will just yell at the team and swear at them, and it's not very professional.
Yeah.
And the team kind of like see through that. There's a game they were playing where the head coach and I think the like head defensive coach nearly came to blows on the pitch.
Jesus.
Yeah. So it was fascinating because it was this team that were doing well but never working cohesively as a team. They just had like these few individual players that were so extraordinarily talented that they could win games pretty much single-handedly.
Yeah.
Which you think like I just found it really interesting to watch, and it was the sort of thing where it's like there was a couple of guys that I liked, but most of the people had something where it was just like, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, that's an interesting, like, because seeing as the premise of the show is like they're trying to fix these kids, right?
Yes.
Like, get them so that they can go on to have a professional career in this.
Yeah.
But like, because I watch documentaries about like the NFL where these kids are potentially going. And like the first thing that these people learn when they come out of college is like the shit you do in college means fuck all here. Like you can be the best player, but if you fuck off the head coach, he'll drop your ass just because that's divisive to the team, and that's more important than having the best QB.
Yeah, exactly.
So like it's kind of an interesting premise in the stories you're telling where there are these amazing kids. Like I'm like that's all well and good, but it sounds like the moment they get to the professional level, they're just going to get dropped.
Yeah. The one good thing about this coach is he was really focused on getting the kids to graduate. He was like, I don't care how we do in games. You need to get the grades so you can graduate and go on to the next level. Because I don't really understand like the career path in America, but I believe you kind of like, obviously you have to go through high school. If you then are like, I want to be a football player, you have to like go to college on like a sports type deal.
Yeah, like a scholarship thing.
Yeah, but
I think doesn't the college then like funds your education?
Yeah.
If you're one of the like good, I think you can still get on the college teams without the scholarship.
Yeah, I think so.
But if you're on the scholarship, that means the college has basically said, look, we're going to pay for your education.
Yeah, and colleges will do this to get good players because colleges obviously want to do well. And this is the thing that fascinates me about college football. In these like, so both the two different colleges that the seasons are focused on are both in these quite like small like sleepy towns where so in this season it was a team that hadn't won in something like 30 years, and like they'd won the odd game here and there, but they'd never won like anything significant in about 30 years.
Okay.
And it was about this new coach coming in, bringing all these players in, and also the town getting behind them.
Okay.
And I don't know, I'm really fascinated by this documentary. I've really enjoyed like the last two seasons. I wasn't too sure about this one going to a new place, and I still enjoyed it, but for very different reasons. Yeah. Mostly just seeing all these different conflicts and then still being amazed at how they win games.
Yeah. I mean it does sound interesting. I will admit.
Yeah. So I gave it 3.5 out of 5.
Fair enough. That's good. What did you give the other seasons? Do you remember?
I think they got about 4 out of 5.
Yeah, okay. So not quite as good as the first two, but still good.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense.